Bring the cheerleaders down, and because I love seeing that at the class meetings. Okay. The other thing is, I just want to share this because it made me feel good. We have Miss McClanahan from Piedmont, and she's going to talk a little bit about dual enrollment right after the cheerleaders. But I just want to tell you that she told me, she said, I didn't think you were the principal. We're about 25 years old. So that made me feel really good because I'm way past 25, right? So, but anyway, Coach, you take it over, all right?
Good morning, seniors. So I'm really happy to be here because I know right now this is a class, okay? So I've seen you as 9th graders, 10th, 11th, and then 12th graders. And you know how people say, gosh, it's hard to believe. Well, looking out at you, it is hard to believe, but I'm happy for you. What I want to do right now is just to introduce the cheerleaders, and I know you're 12th graders, and if you're not involved in anything, still we're having a tryout from the 3rd to the 5th, or practices for tryouts. And on the 6th, we'll have our first game with George Wythe, and so everybody will be there to watch our team, you know, beat this George Wythe team from Virginia or Richmond. At this time, I want you guys to make them welcome. This is the 4th time we've done this, and so we'd like to open the class meetings with our 2013-2014 varsity cheerleaders. Make them welcome. Thank you.
Well, that's a tough act to follow. Great. And I have my glasses on. He does look exceedingly young. Anyway, thank you for letting me come. I'm Denise McClanahan from Piedmont Virginia Community College, and I work in dual enrollment now. How many kids here take dual enrollment classes? Wow, quite a few. Did you know that these dual enrollment students here are college students as well as high school students? They're earning college credit towards a college education, so they're like having a jump start towards a college education. In addition to that, you might not know that when you're a college student at PVCC as a dual enrollment student, you have access to our resources, including free tutoring, databases, our library, academic coaching, and a lot of other perks. So it's a great thing. It's a really good opportunity. And thank you for having me. I just wanted you to know that we're going to be following up with you. We're going to be sending the dual enrollment students. We're going to be giving you a presentation and a permission slip form. Please read over the presentation. It sort of just outlines what dual enrollment is about, what to expect, and what your responsibilities are. And there's a permission slip form that you'll need to sign. Would you please read the presentation that we're going to give you? We're going to follow up and have this, bring this over to each dual enrollment student and make sure that you get your permission slip signed as well. And anyway, that's all I needed to say today, that we were going to follow up, and I'm glad that we have dual enrollment students. We love the partnership. And also, I will see you for college night, hopefully everyone there, on the 18th, September 18th. Thank you very much.
Okay, people. A few things I want to talk about. Of course, with this being your last year, you've been through this drill. You know the expectations. You know what you're supposed to do. But there are a couple of things that I do want to address. And the first one is parking. And I think that Mr. Atkins has probably put something out, or I sent something home in a Connect Day, I guess before school started. But come the 9th of September, okay, we're gonna make sure that everyone's parked in the right place, okay? I know right now it's been kind of a hit or miss. People are still purchasing decals, they're parking wherever they want to park. Well, come September 9th, we're gonna expect for students to be where they're supposed to be, okay? Now, with that being said, students parking and staff parking is not allowed, okay? You have to park in the senior lot, all right? Now, I'll just be honest with you, I don't like towing cars, okay? I did a lot of that at Alma High School, and one of the reasons is because we had so many more students. You know, we have like 200 something students in each class here. At Alma, I had 450 to 470 in every class. I couldn't let 10th graders even drive to school because there wasn't enough spots. So, you know, I would oftentimes tow 10th graders' cars because they want to drive, because they could drive, but, you know, there was no spot for them. There's a junior and senior lot. We're pretty fortunate here. People who have a license and buy a decal, they can drive, and there's a place for them to park. But you got to park where you're supposed to park, not in staff parking, okay? You can't do that. Now, getting back to towing, I obviously will tow if I have to, all right? That's not what I want to do. It's expensive. It takes a lot of time to deal with that, and that takes away from instruction and doing some of the things that we all want to do with the students. So that'll be pretty much the last thing, unless I just have to. But what may happen is you could lose your privilege to drive to school, which I think is kind of ridiculous too, because some of you all have jobs, you may be athletes. It makes more sense for you to be able to drive home versus riding activity bus or trying to have someone pick you up. So just don't put yourselves in that situation, okay? Just park where you're supposed to park, all right? The other thing is I don't want people running out of the building trying to pay the tow truck man to let their car back down on the ground, because that's still like $45. Okay, once the wheels come off the ground, that's $45 put it back down on the ground. So I don't want that to happen to you. Okay. The other thing is attendance. Now you've been here for 4 years. This is your 4th year. You know how important attendance is at the high school level. There's been conversations in the past with you all about attendance and all that. Look, this is your last year. You don't want any hiccups, okay? You've heard me say before that you have to have a certain number of clock hours. As a high school student, you have to have a certain number of clock hours that the state looks at to determine if you've been in class long enough, okay? There's no such thing as social promotion at the high school level. This is pretty much the only place during your K through 12 experience that you will fail. If you were a middle school student, I could allow you to miss 60 days of school, and at the end of the school year, I just said, well, I think TJ's too big to be in 8th grade. He's going to be taller than the rest of the children, stronger than the rest of the children, faster than the rest of the children, so I'm going to send him to high school. Okay? You don't do that at the high school level. If you don't come to class, if you're not in school, and you're not here enough to get credit, guess what? You don't pass the class. Okay? Last year I had a student very upset with me because I wouldn't let that student walk across the stage. Okay? Parents were upset with me. It's the way it goes. most of my job, I spend most of my time saying no. Okay? Not that I like saying no all the time, but I do. So when students don't do what they're supposed to do, and it comes down to graduation, and I know that Dylan has done what he's supposed to do, I'm not going to let somebody else walk across the stage not having done what they're supposed to do, and when all of you all have. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not coming to class, and you're not putting your butt in the seat, the total number of hours, you might not make it. Okay? So please don't wait until your last year to try to, find some way to be funny or slick, because unfortunately, I had the last laugh. Okay? Just gonna put it out there. I want to have the last laugh. It doesn't matter if mom cries. I have mothers crying. Grandma cries. Sometimes daddy cries. But if you haven't done what you're supposed to do, like I said, I get paid to say no. Okay? That's part of my job. And if I had a problem with saying no, I have no business with this job, and Dr. Moran wouldn't have given me this job. So I'm not gonna say I enjoy saying no, but I don't have a problem saying no. I say no to my own children. Okay? So you know what to do. I'm not gonna harp on that. You know what to do. Just do it. So at the end of the year, we're all smiling. I'm smiling. You're smiling. You're laughing. I'm laughing. And we're all getting ready to go to JPJ. Okay? All right. And this, we pretty much beat this to death, okay? But I have to say, the dress code. Look, and I have a student right now that's mad with me about boys young men being able to wear tank tops. I'm going to look into all of that, but as of right now, the young men here, you need to put a shirt on, okay, with some sleeves. All right, I'll just make that. That's all I'm saying about that. And for the ladies, you've heard it before, okay? You have to be covered up, all right? You get that close to being adult, grown women. And at that point, you all can dress any way you want to dress, okay? You can do what you want. Okay, I'm not going to knock on your door in the morning to see if your shorts are too short after you graduate from high school, all right? You do whatever you want. But while you're in school, ladies, please, cover up your stomach. Try to wear some shorts that are fitting for school, okay? And just come to school looking like you're ready for business, all right? Not like you're getting ready to go to some club in D.C. All right? That's all that I ask. And the other thing that y'all have to realize too is that, and I know that you feel like, hey, I can wear whatever I want to wear. I'm grown. I'm 17. I'm 18. I'm gonna put on. They can't tell me what to do. I'm just simply asking, please, because I've had some conversations already with some people, with some of the young ladies about their clothes. We don't go into a deep conversation, but you know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, I have plenty of women in this building who absolutely know how to help you look the way you're supposed to look. Okay? All right? And girls, you do have to remember, okay, that you all mature faster than the boys. Okay? You just do. I'm talking about mentally. So if you wear something here that looks like it should be something that somebody's wearing in the video, okay, I'm just letting you know. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because he's not as mature as you are, because he's a boy, his mind hasn't grown as quickly. It's very difficult for somebody like TJ to handle.
This is so
And I want him to be able to focus on school. Okay? That's all I want, lady. If you all can help me with that, then I appreciate it. Okay? All right. I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this thing up. My last two items is make sure. Now, I know that some of you all, or a lot of you all, are looking to go to college, the military, the world of work. Whatever your post-secondary plan is, make sure people that you're getting with your guidance counselors. Make sure you're having those conversations. Make sure you know deadlines. Okay? You gotta do that. All right? If you need to write, something or whatever, make sure you're doing that and getting it proofread by some of your teachers. Don't wait until the last minute. All right? That's huge. You gotta stay on top of that. That's a tough part of the senior years, that you gotta do your work and you gotta start planning for life after high school. Okay? And you'll hear me say something again, but I just want to say it now, because before you know it, it'll be January. Okay? And you gotta get some stuff done. Don't wait till the last minute. All right, and here's my big ticket item. Senior lunch. All right, let me tell y'all what's going on. I got a call from the county attorney. Okay, I have to meet with the county attorney about this senior lunch piece. Now, I am going to work very hard to keep senior lunch in place. Okay, but this is the deal. We had said, what, the 5th? I'm gonna need to table the Thursday long lunch until I meet with the Commonwealth, the county attorney. All right. He just wants to talk to me about distance and where you all are supposed to be going, what you're supposed to be doing. We also have to talk about the number of people that could be in a car. So let me just share with you all what may transpire, okay? Because I want to be transparent. I want you all to understand what the county attorney may actually tell me. All right. One, you know about the driving law. If you're 18 or under and you have been driving for less than a year, you can only have one person in the car with you. Okay, right? If you've been driving over a year, you can carry up to about 3 people. And the bottom line is, we're going to probably have it set up to where you just can take one person period. All right? And I know that might not be what everybody likes, but that's probably where it's going to go. All right? The other piece is that there's probably going to be a distance attached to it. Unfortunately, our school is placed, we're in a spot where there's not a lot around it, okay? It's not like an Albemarle. Like, my students would just run out the door, go up to the hilltop of cars. If they had a car, they were right there at 29, okay? But because of the time that we can have long lunch, which would be about 40 minutes, the attorney is concerned about distance, all right? So I didn't say that long lunch was canceled. I just said that there are going to be some parameters, all right? So I'm going to let your parents know, all right? But I wanted you all to hear from me first. And what I'm going to shoot for is to try and start the long lunch extended one more week, so like the 12th, because I got to meet with the attorney. Okay? And then we got to draw papers and get all that stuff to you guys and get it signed. And so it's a long, drawn-out process. But I want you all to know exactly where I was. Because I was ready to roll it out on the 5th. Then I got a call from him. So then I have to deal with that. Okay? But the plan is to still have something for you all, because I believe that that's what we should do. I also believe now your children may be the students who actually go to school this way, but I believe that as time goes on, and hopefully I'll be retired, but as time goes on, I believe that this whole idea of virtual schools and all that stuff, they're going to be students who are in school, but they don't come to a place that looks like this. And they're going to be moving around whatever town or city that they live in. And I think that being able to go out and go to lunch and all that's a part of that process. So I believe in having the senior lunch. Okay? That's what I really believe in that. So I just have to deal with the lawyer, because dealing with them is real different. Okay? It's not like dealing with Dr. Wayne or Dr. Hans. But as soon as I have the meeting, as soon as we get the papers drawn up, I'll let you know. But I will communicate with your parents that it's postponed until hopefully the week of the 12th, whatever that is on. I don't know. Okay? Other than that, look, I'm excited about this year. You all look great. Very proud of you. And have a good day.